You get to interview some of the most awesome people out there.
Yeah.
Besides Oprah.
And not so awesome.
And not so, but we don't want to talk about the not so awesome ones.
But fortunately, I get to interview people when they are usually at their best. Oh, did I lose you?
No, I'm here.
Okay. When they're at their best, you know what I mean? When they're experiencing some sort of like exciting thing in their life, right? There's a moment, there's a premiere or something, a project they're working on, they're really excited about. So I'm aware that I get to experience people when they are usually at their best.
So with that, besides Oprah,
yeah.
Which one would you say, one or two, have been your favorite interviews?
That's like picking a kid. It's super easy. I would say, the one that surprised me the most was Sandra Bullock. Pretty early in my career, pretty early in my time with Access Hollywood, I got a chance to sit down with her, and I was told no personal questions. Was told keep it to the movie. You've got 7 minutes, or maybe it was even maybe 5 or 6 minutes.
Oh wow!
And we had never met before, and
okay.
So it was my first kind of interaction with her. Before I knew it, we were talking about her coloring her son's Legos brown because she had adopted this young Black boy and wanted to make sure that his toys reflected his own experience, that he could see himself, that he didn't feel other from even the things that he was playing with. And because I think the question to her was, I think she was starring in a film with Anthony Mackie. And I thought, how cool is it that your co-star is an action figure for the Avengers, right? This Black dude is an action figure that people can go buy, in particular, that kids can play with and not feel like when they see a Black person in person, that's some strange, foreign, potentially thing. And she talked about picking up, a marker to make sure that her son could see in his own toys. And we hugged like for real. Like she got emotional, I got emotional. And every time I've seen her after that, like even if she's like, if it's a carpet, she's not stopping to talk to anybody. She will make a point to come and say hello. And it was an experience I was not necessarily expecting. She is one of the kindest people, but I wasn't expecting it to be. I think we talked for like 15 minutes. You know what I mean?
Dude.
Yeah, it was really cool.
How do you connect with people at that level? Because what I'm talking to you right now, you exude a lot of authenticity and sincerity, and that I think that's my answer to my own question about you. Okay, so I think that allows people to feel comfortable with you. But what do you think it is, man?
I think I have seen a lot, and I wear and have experienced a lot in my life, right? Growing up with a mom that was a single parent for the majority of my life, having to grow up kind of quickly in a lot of ways, having moved a lot, lived all over this country, I traveled a lot. And I wear all of those experiences on my sleeve. Like what you see from me is what you get. I'm not this kind of like duck that keeps it cool. Meanwhile, under the water is like freaking out. Like if I'm freaking out, we freaking out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's good.
Like I'm freaking out, we freaking out. But I think that again, it kind of goes back to that, like you said, I show up to a moment, my whole self, and as present as I possibly can. I'm not the guy who with friends is staring at their phone, which for some other friends is frustrating because, it can be difficult to reach me sometimes because I want to be in the moment. I want to be dialed in, and I want to make sure that like our experience is as rich as an experience as we can have. And you can't do that if you are dedicating while we're in this experience energy to everybody else at the same time. And so I think that
Makes
people
sense.
feel the interruption of that when in interviews with me. But I also the kind of person that interrupts energy in the room. Like I come in hot. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody knows you're in.
Yeah, like you know what I mean? It's like a hey, how is everybody doing? You know what I mean? It's about, you know, shifting the space in a way that is also conducive to an intimate conversation. You know, and I know that sometimes it's not the easiest thing when someone is there to sell a coffee machine.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about some life choices. You know, I want to talk about some real stuff. It can be jarring sometimes, but I think now more than ever, people want to have those conversations. And I think more than ever, people want to see and hear those conversations.